Hello dear participants, welcome to a new tutorial from Logi Owl Tutorials. So in this session, this video is part of a series of videos related to creating mobile games application using MIT Scratch. In this session, we will try to cover the issue related to a simple creation of a health bar. Why I did select that subject especially because this is frequently needed in lots of games, and there is a kind of problem related to that in Scratch because the health bar normally itself will depend on changing one dimension based on the health level, but like in Scratch, changing the size will change both dimensions, and there is no direct way to control one of the dimensions. So we will see how we will be able to tweak that. And I know that MIT Scratch seems to be like a simple tool, but it gives you lots of way just to to play with it, to figure out how to resolve many of the things that you think that Scratch cannot do. So let's start with that. I'll switch directly to Scratch view. So this is the one here. Okay, so now for that, I will start by removing that sprite that we have here and create a bar. So I'll create a health bar. So I'll start here by adding a health bar. So normally, if we are thinking of a health bar, we are thinking of something like this. This will change in a way like to change its size based on the health. Okay. So what we are looking at is, if we go to the code as example, we are looking at maybe go to the control when the flag is clicked. Let's add a health variable. I'm just trying to create the scenario here, and that will be for all sprites. Normally health will be seen for everybody here, unless if we have like a health for every object in our like game, so we can use like for this sprite only. So for this one, let's name it health, and based on that, what we are intending to do is just to make that size smaller or bigger in one dimension. And if we look at that, so let's go into repeating, going forever. And let's set that variable, change the health by -5 as example, and maybe directly changing the health, the value of the size with the health bar. So going directly here to changing the size, set size to health. Okay, just to show you like, and I will start by setting health, set health to 100 at the beginning, and it's going down with time. So if we run that, and I will use wait just to make it clear here. Okay, with that one. So if I run that one, you see that the size of the bar itself is going smaller and smaller and smaller, but with like the 2 dimensions are changing, and there's no direct way to do like 1 dimension only. There's no way to control the width or height separately. So what we're doing here is we will try to figure out a way to do the same thing without having to face that issue. So even if we put that here, sorry, even if we move that here, just to make the center here, so the change will be the same, like, okay. So what we will do normally, we have two options. Like I will show you two scenarios here. The first scenario is related to why not, depending on the customs, to change those stuff. So I can create a custom here. What I will do is I'll create that bar this way. So this is the first, I will move that one here to the center, and then I'll copy it. C, Ctrl V, moving it a little bit to the right, then taking those both, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, moving those to the right, and up. To move those up a little bit. All that, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay. And maybe copying all that, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to this place. Okay, this is our new bar. We can just make those like connected or disconnected. It's up to us. And I'll move all that, and as you see, everything is beginning from that place here, maybe the center. Okay, and we can make it smaller based on what we want exactly. Okay, or we can make it bigger based on our preference. So we can just leave those, like as you see here, it's too small now. Maybe if we just make it 100% and move it here. Maybe removing that, the cadre itself. That one, you can just make it invisible. Okay, and we can add even in the background as extra layer. We can just push it backward and make the color maybe gray, and move it backward to the back like this. Okay, it seems to be, like, for me, a very good bar. Even if we want to make it rounded, this is doable too, but I think it's good this way. So let's make it a little bit smaller. It looks very nice. Okay, so what we will do is we name that custom like 100%, or we can name it like as 100. Okay, so then we can duplicate, and then we can go to making those two. How many of those we put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's put only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this will be better. Let's make it like this. You can just put any part, but just I'm making the issue easier for me. Okay, 10 pieces. Okay, so let's put that as 10 or 100 if you like, and then duplicate it and make that 90. Or even we can just make it, if this is 100, this may be 90 as we mentioned, and we can make that green, dark green. Okay. Then duplicate, 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 duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. and 10. And with each one we select and we set that to 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. And maybe we'll duplicate and we will also create one for like 0. And that would be 0. Okay. Now for each one, the 0 one, we'll select all those and make everything green, greenish. Just zoom a little bit to make it easier for us. We'll remove that one. So now we will make every, like all the blocks color similar to that one. Next, only those, and also similar to this. Next, everything but this. Next, I know this is time consuming, but this is one of the good option to go with. You can do that also. In here, now 4 of those will be available, and again the color will be that one. Five will be available. Color again, this one. Next, again changing the color. Sorry, I know this is time consuming. I'll try to make it faster. Change that one. Let's try this now. 70%. Now for 80%, only those two. This is the one. 100. Perfect. So now it's ready. So for the health now, if I want to change the health, I will use changing the custom instead of using changing that one. So based on the health itself, I can just say here, since we're jumping 5, so in our case like 5 is not good enough, but we can just convert to the nearest 10, or like floor it based on divide it on 10 and floor it to that. Or we can change -10 each time, like when it changed to 10 each time. So we can just show that here and change custom. So set custom, where's that? Set change custom, set custom to, where's that? Next, switch custom to this one. Okay, switch custom to instead of the 2 here, we should put the number. Um, Switch custom to custom number. Where's that one? I think it's the one, and we just drag the health here. Health. Okay. I think we're okay. Let's try that. And as you see, it started by this, then going down, 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 down. So perfect. Fast, reliable. We can create as much as we want. That and still working. Very good. So this is one of the options. This is not the only option, but this is one of the options. So another way to do it is to use the pen. So we can use the pen, and the pen is a way just to draw, and just it's like drawing and keeping the pen down till you finish that. This is another way, as I mentioned. It's not like it's your preference to decide on what to go with. So let's try the pen approach. I will keep the same code, but I will use the pen approach instead. So what I'll do here. So first step here is to activate pen. Actually, pen is not like directly embedded, like it is embedded as part of the extensions for the Scratch. So you need to add that extra. So to add that extension, you go to the lower left corner and click on that icon here to add that extension. So click on that, add the pen. And you see those list of blocks were added to your like project, and you see that the pen blocks are here. Okay. So the next step is here is to go with the create like a bar like this. I will keep everything as is. I will create another block like totally similar to that one. Duplicate. And instead of switch custom to like that I'm doing here, so what I will do, I will try to draw like a pin. Like at first, the first thing that we need to do at the beginning is to make sure that we have pin up and we have the erase all. So we are removing everything here. And we don't want pen to be down, so we are not drawing yet. Okay, so what we will do is to draw a line, 2 lines. One line will be like the background, and the other line will be the bar for the health bar itself. Okay, so the first thing we should decide where to go directly with that specific line, and we can like use a block, separate block to do that, but I will show you only like we can just tell the cursor to go to a specific place. So we can add, I prefer to add that separately without that sprite. So let's remove all that and repeat it on another block. So I'll add that sprite here, a new sprite, and it's an empty one, and I'll call it the health bar. This is better. So for that health bar, what I will do, I'll keep the empty here, and I will go directly to the code. And what I'll say here, just to when the like the flag is clicked, that's the one. Erase all, I'll go to the pen, erase all, pen up. Okay, so then I will tell directly that specific sprite to go to a specific place where I need to draw that bar. So I'll say here in the movement part, I will say set x2, set y2, so I'm sending that pen to a specific place. Set or I can just go to x and y instead of set. Go to x and y. I'll put it in the corner over that one. I can just go with As example, I don't know what's the x and y for that one. This is minus 151. So I'll put it in the y as y. I'll put it here like the y itself. I'll put it 120. And for the x, it will be 30 maybe. Okay, so I went to that place. Then I will go with pen down. Now we'll start drawing. So pen down. Now we will go to that specific other point. So like go to the x, which is 136 as example, and 120. So it will be the same thing. Let's try to execute that, and we'll see that line. This is too far here. Why? Because the x and y. Okay, this is minus 120 instead of 120. So again, and this is minus 120. Just to keep it there, and the x is not 136 here, and not 30, it's minus 30, and that will be 0 maybe. 0. Also, it's not the right thing. Minus 100 is 30. Minus 130. And this one is minus 100. Or minus 30. Okay, now it's okay. Also, we need to put it more to the left. Minus 170 to minus 70. I'm trying to just make something similar to the one that we have here, and this should be taller, just to be able, like, based on how tall we want it. And that thickness here, we should put the thickness or specify the thickness for that pen. So let's set the pen, change the size by pen size by 2. No, not change pen size. Let's set pen size to set pen size to 10. This is how thick is the pen itself. So it will be like this. Let's try that. And the pen color, of course. And that should be maybe gray, because we said that we are going to make it gray, similar to the one, like this is the background. Okay, so let's make it a little bit taller here. So minus 190, and I think that would be good enough. Yeah, so this is the background. We can make it thicker a little bit, like 20 again. Okay, now how we will deal with the inside. So I can just create make all that block a separate block. I go to my block and I create new block. My block, make a block, and I will make a block name. The block name is whatever, draw line or draw bar. Okay. Add an input. The input will be the X for that, and another input will be the Y. So we know exactly where are we drawing that specific thing. And let's specify also the color. Color. And what else? We need the X and Y in color, and maybe the thickness. Thickness. Okay, I think this is good enough. Okay, so this is our block here, and now we will put everything here, erase all, pin down. So go to X and Y. So this is, oh, we should change that. Edit. So we still need the X and Y, and we still need to do what? Like, this is where it will start, but where it will end, we don't know that. So we need to add another input here. So the X, like, let's name it end X, or let's name it like end X. Okay. Now we have X, Y, color, thickness, and end X. Now the go to X, this is the X here. The Y is the Y. The and here we are starting from we're ending at that X on the same Y. And the thickness that we are drawing with is that. Before doing that, let's remove all that and duplicate just that part, just to remember the value that we were setting. So this is X, this is Y, this is also no, the X is not used, the end X, the end X here, and the same Y, and the thickness is the size here, and the color is the color here. Okay, so, and just to remember that we can just add now, drag that one here, and what are the value that we'll put for the X? We have like the start X minus 190, for the Y, this is why I kept the block, minus 120, and the end will be minus 70. This is the one here, minus 70. And for the pen size, the thickness itself, that would be done here, and this is 20. And for the color itself, that would be the color itself, that would be the color. So that would be, let's check here, pick it. Okay, let's put it as gray. I don't know if that will take it, but let's try that. Okay, we're throwing everything out here, and let's see if this is still okay. So put it as black. Let's say what's the value as color it is taking. So let's try something like FF0000. Try again. No, this is not happening. So what kind of things that we can add as color? Let me check. It seems that I was too ambitious here on the color type, so I will remove that, set pen color to outside, and just put this here without anything else. And I'll use the pen color before like doing anything. So with that, I can just, before drawing that one, set pen color to gray. I think good enough. And let's try that here. And then we can just set the pen color to like green, and we can do that, like maybe draw the other one, like the dark green one, maybe. So let's duplicate that, set color to dark green, dark green, and then make the thickness lower, like 20, let's make it 15, and we don't need that one actually, the thickness, the color itself, it's not needed, it's not used anyway. Okay, we can just get rid of it. Yeah, we need to edit let's edit that. Edit, remove that thickness part. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now this one, that one will be 20. That one will be 15. The thickness 15. Oh, we destroyed the. We kept the color and destroyed the thickness. I'm sorry for that. This one is the thickness. Okay, let's keep the thickness here, and we're using this thickness here, and then those are the thickness. And if we run that, so both of those are too thick. We should make that less thick here, maybe 10 maybe. So, okay, but for the previous one, okay, we didn't set the pen down. We should like set the set pen color to bar. We're erasing everything, and this is not a good thing. Like, let's skip that erasing only once here, and with that I think this will be okay. Now erase all only once, so it will not be erasing everything. So we have now two bars, one there and one. And now the third one is the one that will represent the health actually, and we'll repeat, duplicate, and this will be the one with that color. Okay, and that one will depend on, like, the end of it will be depending on the health, so we can just drag the health variable somewhere here, and we add it, like it's -70. We can just say it is the minus 120, minus 120. Oh, sorry, minus 190, and plus the health value. So we need to plot this plot to do it. Plus, 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 plus. This is the plus. So it will be the y that the same x that we started with, not minus 190, and plus the health, which is that one here. And if we try that, now it will be the same in a way. No, it's not the same. Okay, it's not repeating. We are not repeating here. We should be going in a loop forever. And this is the loop that we want. Where's that loop forever that we want? We are erasing everything, redrawing, and that's it. Yeah. Same thing. So we are showing here two different ways to deal with like bars, like the, okay, this is going beyond, because like we didn't put anything that prevent health from going to less than 0. So this is not forever, shouldn't be forever. This should be until, like repeat until health equal or less than 0. Like repeat until health is less than 0 or 10 or whatever, based on when we want to stop. So now it's working just fine. that's it. Okay, so now this is about the everything that like two approaches that we did use for the bars. I think this one will be more like if you are looking for more smooth type of movement, like if you don't want to jump, because we're jumping here with that one. If we go back to this one, we're jumping here like minus 10th, but if like the case was in a way something like minus 1 and we make it fast 0.1, so the smoother approach is to go like more precise approach is to go with that one, the pen one. After all, it's up to you, like you can just decide on that. Okay, if we did set 0. Okay, so that's all for our tutorial for today. So this is two ways to be able to create or to control like a sprite to be drawn in one dimension, like or to control the expanding on of one sprite to one dimension, not using the size to control it. Okay, so we use two approaches, using the pen and using like multi-customs sprite. Thank you again and see you in the next tutorial.